You know what? It's Friday, so good morning and happy Friday to you. Thank you for checking in with us here on Cincy Lifestyle. Mona, good morning.
Good morning, Clyde. This is a great day, and it's going to be some rain maybe later, but Saturday and Sunday is going to be great. Beautiful days to get outside. But, Clyde, today is the best day of all, and that is because I have my first hair appointment in 2.5 months.
So
look, my
what?
hair has gone crazy. Look, it is growing out of control. I don't even know what this piece of hair is and what it's doing. I'm just trying to stuff it back up there. So I am looking forward to getting to the hair salon today.
I know. Cue the Edwin Hawkins Singers, "Oh Happy Day," right?
That's right.
Well,
that's right.
Yes, indeed. Well, as we dive into our program this morning, on that note, we want to reintroduce you to a local man who is on the hunt for hidden treasures. We're talking about Jeff Molski from Mid-Century Modern Rescue, and Allie went to check in on his new workspace, so take a look.
We're talking mid-century modern furniture. It feels like we're in a living room, but we're actually in Jeff Molski's studio, and he is the owner. You've come such a long way. We're doing this as a side hobby, and now it's a full-time gig for you. Talk to us about what mid-century modern is, first and foremost.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride. To me, you know, there's kind of a broad definition of what the mid-century period is, generally from 1930s, maybe up until the 70s. But for me, I tend to focus on pieces and items from the 50s and 60s.
Since you've been involved in and it's been how long now?
Almost 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
What has that, your switch of mindset, because you weren't doing anything close to this full time, and now you are, what is it like working with your hands and being crafty and kind of switching to that creative brain?
It's been a great transition. You know, I love working with my hands. I've always been, like I said before, very handy into a lot of home improvement projects, so I've always looked to do creative things. Being able to do it with furniture is real exciting, since I, have worked with wood in the past. One of the most exciting things of what I do is probably finding these items, because I don't leave the house every morning going to look for something. You drive yourself crazy if you're looking for a specific item, because some things can be very hard to find. So that's exciting.
Do you think if you would have done it 10 years ago that you would have had as much success because of the social media world?
Probably not. That's a great question, because all of my business is driven through social media. I don't have a retail space. This location here, people will come and shop and look through things, but I don't have retail hours. I do it by appointment only. But everything else is through online. 85% of what I sell is through Instagram.
And there's something about, before and after photos that I think people just really gravitate towards, and you do that here. Walk us through this space.
Yeah, it's, why it's worked, it's because it's a fully functional house. You've got living room, you've got dining room. I don't do too much kitchen items. I do refrigerators, but I don't like to move them, so refrigerators don't make it into the house. They have to stay out in the garage. Bedrooms, and then a basement. So that, like I said, really gives people an idea of what things may look in their setting.
So, is there any final thoughts? What's the one thing that you want people to know about mid-century modern?
Just that, I am passionate about this business. I love doing it. One of the biggest, the thrills I get is the people I meet, the stories I hear. So many people grew up with this type of furniture and can remember it being in their own home. It's just a lot of fun. I'm a people person, so yeah.
No.
I know, I'm trying to come out of my shell. So I just love meeting the people and hearing the stories and just finding out as much as I can. I love to learn. I love to learn about these pieces, because 4 years ago I didn't know anything about this. I didn't grow up with any of this furniture. We didn't have any of these cool items, but now I'm learning.
All right, Jeff, you heard it yourself. Thank you.
Allie, that was a great piece. Thank you for joining us here to chat a little bit about it. So how many people are doing what he does? Any feel for that?
It's quite interesting. If you look in the region and in the tri-state, I wouldn't say there's anybody going to the length doing in terms of restoring mid-century modern pieces. you'll see some flipping of some mid-century modern houses. But he's made this and turned this into a full-time career because he wasn't doing this beforehand. And he's been very successful. And I think he made a really great point about the digital world and how Instagram has really launched his business. And it's cool seeing those before and after photos.
He doesn't work with like antiques or anything. He's strictly mid-century, right?
Strictly mid-century, the 50s, the 60s. And as he said, it's kind of part of the hunt, and that's what makes it fun. And it was a little difficult at first to find some of those pieces, but now that he's created a following, he has people reaching out to him saying, hey, you know, my parents are moving and they don't want this furniture anymore. Would you be interested in taking it and restoring it? And a fun little fact, I don't know if you noticed the empty box at the very end of the video that was framed. He's getting people from all over the world contacting him, and somebody overseas had reached out asking to purchase an empty, a Herman Miller box for a couple $100. And I guess they're hard to come by. So I don't know, maybe keep those IKEA boxes hanging around.
Because one day you never know.
And I didn't mention,
That's
that's my fault. He's in Mariemont, if anyone is wondering what part of town he's in. And you can follow him on Instagram at Mid-Century Modern Rescue.
Great story, Allie. Thank you so much. Well, you know, when we think of essential workers, so many different jobs come to mind, especially during times of crisis. You know, we rely on essential retailers to stay open and provide the critical supplies that we need. So take a look.
The world's largest home improvement retailer is looking to build its workforce across the country and right here.
We have 250 positions open in the Cincinnati area right now. Those positions are full-time and part-time, both in stores and in our distribution centers. The easiest thing to do right now is to go to careers.homedepot.com. That they can find information on any of the openings out there and submit applications for those positions as well.
Again, that's careers.homedepot.com.
If you couldn't watch our travel show special last night, you really missed out. We scouted out some of the best places to visit that are just a short car ride away, including beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Here's Allie with more.
And right now, Marcy Claude, the PR manager of Gatlinburg, is here to talk to us about the 75th anniversary of the city charter. Now, Marcy, how are you all celebrating?
We are very excited to be celebrating the charter of our city that was back in 1945. We're just doing that by telling stories. We just want to give our visitors an opportunity to see behind the scenes and how it all came to be. It's been kind of an accidental journey. Gatlinburg is uniquely situated as a gateway community to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So back in 1934, when the National Park Service established Great Smoky Mountains National Park, that really put us on the map. And it kind of had already started about 10 years prior because the people from the local area had heard about these beautiful mountains and had already become interested in hiking and being outdoors. But now with the announcement of the park, they flocked to the area. And the hotel industry, the hospitality industry also had really started growing in the 1930s with hotels popping up and restaurants and things for people to do while they were in town. And so today you could still see some of that. You can still see the Gatlinburg Inn sits right there in the middle of town. It was built in 1937 and it's still owned and operated by the same family, which is remarkable. And then in 1954, the Gatlinburg Sky Lift opened and takes you today still up to the top of Crockett Mountain. And now we're home to the Sky Bridge. So they have grown a little bit. 1962, the Gatlinburg Ski Area opened. It's the only ski resort in the state of Tennessee, and it is owned and operated by family. So it's like families have built Gatlinburg into becoming what it is today.
And that's what you're doing now, is telling those stories. So what are some of those stories that you're telling?
Exactly. So we made this beautiful guide. We're very proud of our guide this year, and we're telling stories of multi-generational families who came in and began a business and have stayed with us through those years, whether it's a candy maker, whether it is moonshine makers. Moonshine was kind of around long before.
These are the people who built your city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, from the ground up. And there's many stories more to tell than just in our guide. And then we also have them on video, so you can go to our website and then hear the stories from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
And this is a great opportunity for families to come and experience it themselves, right?
Yes. I mean, Gatlinburg today is not your grandmother's Gatlinburg. It has changed over the decades, and we have seen families return year after year and go visit the same places year in and out because of their memories. They enjoy going back to see Ober Gatlinburg. They enjoy going to see that potter out in the arts and crafts community and catching up and showing pictures of their grandchildren.
So how can people experience this for themselves?
Well, come to town.
Yeah.
Come to Gatlinburg. Pick up a guide. You can get a guide on our website, Gatlinburg.com, 75th anniversary landing page. You can order a vacation guide and we'll send one to you so you can read these stories yourself. You can see the videos that we created out of these stories and hear the stories from the story makers themselves, and then come visit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Marcy, thank you so much for taking the time.
Well, you're welcome.
One of my favorite places to go. Well, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, do you have itchy, watery eyes? Well, you're not the only one suffering this allergy season. And coming up next, we talk about some of the ways to get rid of those symptoms, like readjusting your diet. All that and more in just a few minutes. All right, you know what time of year it is. The itchy eyes, stuffy nose, and sneezing. It's allergy season, and while reaching for that bottle of antihistamine may help for a little bit, there's a holistic way to help lessen or even get rid of your allergies. And to tell us more about this, I want to welcome Dr. Bryce Wylde from P3 Health in Toronto. Thank you for talking to us.
Mona, it's great to be here with you. Thanks so much for having me on.
All right, it's allergy season in Ohio, and we are feeling it. So what are some things that can actually make our allergies worse?
We are feeling it, Mona. I happen to be one of those allergy sufferers, so I'm with all of y'all that are feeling it. I'll tell you something, and if you're an allergy sufferer, you know it. So here's the first thing I want to show, or let your viewers know. There are some alternatives to the typical over-the-counter allergy medications that you might be relying on. These are typically antihistamines. That's how they work. And antihistamines, of course, suppress histamine. So real quick biology lesson 101 here. In your nose, mucous membranes, and your eyes, you've got what are called mast cells. And these cells blow up and they release histamine. And then you run over the counter at your local pharmacy and you grab an antihistamine. Okay, nothing wrong with that, but that's suppressing the symptoms. So first tip, quercetin. This is a naturally occurring bioflavonoid. It's a fancy term for antioxidant found in brightly colored yellow and orange fruits and vegetables, and onions as examples. So what this does is it calms down that mast cell I was referring to earlier, and it prevents it from blowing up in the first place. So what will happen is by taking a few thousand milligrams of this, and again, no side effects to this, any age can take this, basically easy enough to swallow a few capsules, is it will train the immune system, because that's what allergies are. Allergies are a confused, overreactive immune system. Your immune system essentially thinks it's dealing with a virus or a bacteria, and that's why all these symptoms occur.
We've heard a lot about using food as medicine. Are there foods that can help people during allergy season?
What this means is ultimately we can eat ourselves healthier. And if you've got allergies and that's an imbalanced immune system, a few tips for you to regulate your immune system. One, incorporate omega-3 fatty acids into your diet. So fatty fish, Not the really large fish though, because now we have a conundrum and a paradox with over-consuming, tuna and salmon that's laden with heavy metals, which ultimately might suppress your immune system. Number two, incorporate probiotics and prebiotics. So that's soluble fiber and then live organisms, because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And lastly, perhaps most importantly, eat a robust amount of fruits and vegetables every single day and every single color of the rainbow. That's how you audit your fridge. If you're out of purple, make sure to write it down and restock it. An incredibly important variety of antioxidants are found in each of the colors of the rainbow. Now, here's the caveat, and it's a very strong one, all right? And it's the reason why I'm reaching over and I'm grabbing a kiwi or perhaps, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But here's the problem. Healthy fruits and vegetables, carrots is another example, potatoes is another example, melons, they all cross-react with allergies at this time. So our problem right now are trees and pollens found in grass. It's exploding. But these varietals of fruits and vegetables, Google these lists, look them up, folks. Eat that colorful rainbow of fruits and vegetables every day, but avoid those, Mona, and everyone else out there suffering, those that are cross-reactive because they're part of the same family that you might be allergic to. You know what else, Mona? A lot of folks, because of our current situation, is taking this stuff here. Echinacea, we've heard of this stuff. But I'll tell you something, it is wrong for folks that have the upcoming, it's a few months from now, but nonetheless, if you have fall allergies, you have ragweed allergies. If you have ragweed allergies, Echinacea is from the same family, like I was alluding to with these fruits and vegetables. You will make your allergies in the fall worse by taking Echinacea right now.
Well, how can people contact you if they want to learn more?
Yeah, thanks so much, Mona. They can find me anywhere on social media, Wylde on Health, so at Wylde on Health, W-Y-L-D-E, and I'm happy to answer their questions around allergies, immune health, or otherwise, and the website, hundreds of thousands of free pages of information, Wylde on Health.
Dr. Wylde, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much, Mona. I appreciate it. Stay well.
As the stay-at-home time continues, many of us are feeling the complexities of working at home while balancing high-quality, nutritious meals and snacks. And joining us with ways we can get convenient, good-for-us eats without the hassle is registered dietitian Shelly Marie Redmond. Shelly, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited about this. I want everyone at home to grab their pen and paper because we are going to take a ton of notes. And I want to start with the million-dollar question, which is our snacks. Now, our office meetings have turned into pantry meetings, and we want to load that pantry with lots of flavor without having those blood sugar spikes. And I love working with my friends over at Atkins. They have this delicious chocolate almond caramel bar. Check this out. It has, one of those bars has 15 grams of protein, and it's going to keep us focused during our meetings. 10 grams of fiber to prevent us from grabbing other items, and only 1 gram of sugar. It's made with our wonderful almond butter. It has crunchy almonds in there. It has a great chocolate coating, super yummy without those blood sugar spikes. And because we're shopping online, we can go to walmart.com, atkins.com, and of course, Amazon. Now, when it comes to meals, we want 2 things when we have meals at home. We want nutritious and we want convenient. And that's why I love working with my friends over at Bird's Eye. They have these amazing frozen sides and meals that are easy to prepare. We can serve them to our family. And what's great is it has an awesome veggie swap that we can use to swap out with those carb sides that are on our plate. Now, I am partial to the Bird's Eye Steam Fresh Veggie made with rice cauliflower because it is so easy. It's a half a cup of vegetables, and check this out. It is 80% less carbs than rice. So I'm going to show you how to use this. We can start simple, so no one panic. We can throw our rice cauliflower in the microwave, add a little parm cheese, serve our frozen chicken breast on top of it, nothing wild and crazy, and get a 2-for-1 with our Bird's Eye frozen broccoli. And what's great about the fresh frozen, they pick it tender, it's yum, kosher certified, and mamas are gonna love. There's no artificial preservative. Now, for folks who are enjoying kind of searching on social media and finding some fun recipes, this is the ever popular egg roll in a bowl. We made it in our Instapot, added the rice cauliflower to it. It is divine and so, so yummy. And finally, pasta lovers rejoice. We have the Bird's Eye Steam Fresh Veggie made rotini marinara. What it's doing is it's bringing vegetables, to that starchy pasta side that we have. 100% vegetables. Half a cup of serving equals your vegetables. I'm saying vegetables a lot because it is vegetables, super yum.
Shelly, you had me at the egg roll in a bowl. I will say that's a great way to get your daily dose of vegetables. So more importantly, it's a little different times we're in right now. So what is the best way of going about getting all of these?
Well, absolutely. What we're telling folks is to shop online, and it's amazing. You can do your Walmart.com, and of course, you can do your Amazon. Remember, the bars you can get directly from Atkins.com. But take advantage of a lot of those online shopping deals that we're seeing, and some of us can even get it delivered to our homes.
Awesome. I love it. Well, Shelly, we really appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great stuff. Hey, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has full episodes of the show on YouTube. You can find fun segments you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. So subscribe now on youtube.com/Cincy Lifestyle. Stick around. We'll be right back. Don't let those blue skies fool you. Might be a few storms popping up in the area later on today, but they should be out of here this evening. Things might be a little bit better for the weekend. Now, coming up next week, that's next week, here on Cincy Lifestyle. Hope you brought your appetite. The peach truck is rolling into town. We always get excited about that. We'll talk to one of the owners about why the Queen City loves these gorgeous pieces of fruit and when you can get your hands on a crate of them.
Absolutely, Clyde. Can't wait for that. Then we'll give you some expert tips on how to freshen up your living space and how it could actually improve your mood. Well, local designer Amy Youngblood will give us her top interior ideas. We have all that, so much more happening next week. You don't want to miss it. Right here on Cincy Lifestyle. And Clyde, you have plans for the weekend?
Taking a quick trip to check on Mom.
All right. Well, be safe out there and give her our love, please.
Sure will.
All right, and that's Cincy Lifestyle for Friday, May 29th. Hey, reach out to us. We always love hearing from you. We need your ideas and the people that you want to see on this show. So have a great weekend and make it a great day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.